So this is some great follow-up news after the devastation that a lot of us were feeling with the message and the final story we got in Bleach Volume 74. Because let's be honest, people, Bleach has just been a negative Nancy type of deal regarding news and updates. It's always just something bad. Either Kubo's going through a porn scandal, or there's a fucking love brothel, there's a fucking prostitution ring. Like, there's always bad news. And then last couple weeks we had a mixture of like okay news and then like what the fuck type of news with the whole stuff of, you know, again, volume 74 just having essentially not really anything interesting in the end or whatever. But now we actually have some solid, concrete, really interesting news, and I'm really excited about this because at the very least it showcases that the publishers Shueisha and Jump and all the people involved haven't completely forgotten about Bleach. They haven't completely forgot what Bleach once was, once upon a time, how popular, how much interest people have for it, and that the fandom is still solid. Like, there's still a lot of people that actually genuinely care about Bleach and want more content, want more material, and they're delivering something. It's not exactly what we would like. It's not obviously the anime's return. It's not, you know, the manga getting a spin-off or something like that, but it's a nice step in the right direction for more Bleach content for the people that actually want it, and I'm satisfied with that. I mean, again, it's a little iffy of a situation, but I'll explain. So essentially, 2 novels have been announced for Bleach, and the thing about it is it's actually going to be interesting material. One of the novels is going to focus on Renji and Rukia, and I believe it's going to focus on their marriage ceremony, so that's going to be real exciting because it's going to take place around a time that we're really unfamiliar with, because we don't really know much other than the final chapter, because I believe it's going to take place after the 10-year time skip, so we're going to actually get to see a little bit more of that world, see what the characters are more like, because again, all we had was interaction in one chapter. It was all contained in chapter 686, or well, 685 we got a little bit of it, but for the most part we didn't really get to explore things at all, really, because the final 2 chapters really just was like, hey, we're here, we're there, hey, the series is over and stuff like that. So it's going to be focusing on their marriage ceremony, getting more of how they got together, which is another good thing, because a lot of people were complaining like, hey, yeah, they had like that friendly relationship and they've been around each other, but they never showed any romantic interest in each other with Renji and Rukia. So now we're actually going to see how it popped off, how Renji got into them sweet, juicy jeans of Rukia Kuchiki. But then the other novel is going to be focusing on Hisagi, and I think we might actually see his Bankai. I believe it's supposed to showcase some secrets about Hisagi, something we don't know about him, and I'm assuming that that's why Kubo still left the whole Bankai thing as vague as possible, so that way at the very least for future stories, there was something there to explore. And with this novel, we're going to be getting his Bankai, I'm assuming. Again, that's not confirmed or anything like that, but it's going to be focusing on Hisagi, which is a character that kind of needed a little bit more focusing on. I don't know if necessarily an entire novel is what we needed, but we're gonna get some, you know, info on him, and assuming these 2 volumes do well, we might get more novels in the future. I know there were novels that were made, I think there was like 3 or 4 of them back in the day that never got translated, which I really would love to see them, because I believe one of them was like about Aizen and as he was trapped in Mugen. Another one was supposed to be about like one of the Kenpachis that escaped from Mugen and stuff like that. So there was a lot of different things that actually never got brought over here, never got translated, which is a shame, because again, especially back in the day, Bleach was a powerhouse. I don't see why the hell they didn't get on it, but I think novels, especially light novels, have become a little bit more popular now, especially after the surgence of fucking Sword Art Online with, you know, the light novels being popular over here. So that's probably why they missed out on that. I would love for them to go back, bring some of those in, and then at the same time these 2 novels, you know, translate those, because I would love to read what's going on, especially with these 2 right now, because this is going to be the only new Bleach content we'll have for who knows how long, unless we get the anime back or, you know, some sort of spin-off in the future. This is right here, the creme de la creme of what we're gonna get for Bleach, so definitely hope Viz jumps on that. But let's read the article about this. The wraparound jacket band on the 74th and final compiled book volume of Tite Kubo's Bleach manga revealed on Friday that the franchise will get 2 novels. Makoto Matsubara, who has written previous novelizations of the manga, will write the first novel. The novel will center on Renji and Rukia and is slated for December. Rihogo Narita, he did Bakuno and Durara, which I've heard great things about both of them, so that's really interesting, will write the second novel. The novel will focus on Shuhei Hisagi's secret battle and is slated for 2017. With them talking about that secret battle, I immediately think we're going to see his Bankai like a secret battle. We never got to see his Bankai, it'd be perfect timing. Although, here's the thing. Seeing as how it is a novel, and in case people don't know what a novel is, which I think everybody watching this video should know what a novel is, it doesn't really have art. There might be a little page here or there that has like a picture or something, but that's going to kind of be interesting if they were going to have Kubo, you know, jump in there real quick and throw like maybe an art page here or there, so at least we could get a demonstration, a visual look at Shuhei's Bankai, because if not, we're just going to have to use our imagination at what it may look like or what it may be, because it's just going to be text. It's not going to actually have manga panels, which is another thing why I'm kind of questioning how much I'm going to be into this, because one of the things about Bleach that really was a driving force is Kubo's art. Kubo, aside from the backgrounds, let's not get into that, you know, white backgrounds or whatever, but Kubo's art, his character, you know, designs and stuff like that have been one of the pleasures of reading Bleach. You get to see this great, you know, looking character, fighting and stuff like that, all sorts of cool shit. With this, we don't have that, so it's definitely going to be something interesting at the very least to see if I personally, and a lot of people that, you know, they really love Bleach's art, can get into something of Bleach that is not with the actual art, just reading the story and stuff like that, because even with like the Naruto novels, I'm not a big novel guy, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, you know, I love me some manga, I'll watch some subtitled anime, but novels is a little bit more challenging for me to get into, because again, you gotta use your imagination for everything, and sometimes it's like, bro, I just want to look at the fucking pages, I want to look at the pretty pictures while I'm reading, like, please. So that's where the struggle comes in as far as can I get into these novel adaptations. But also we have a little bit more information as well, because on the J book or Jump book Twitter or whatever, they actually have a couple of paragraphs that they wrote out, or a couple of tweets for that matter, that they wrote out regarding info on these novels. So let's read a little bit more insight into what these novels are going to be about. And by the way, I'm using Google Translate, so bear with me people, we're just going to get a rough idea of what the hell this could be. Today released Bleach last published band, which means, okay, today we got Bleach's last published volume, and Small from J Books published 2 novels, so okay, we're getting 2 novels from J Books, and New Band Theory published Notice, but it became Makoto Matsubara and Narito Ryogo respectively will be writing, so the 2 authors are Makoto Matsubara and Narito Ryogo. But this Twitter tweeting details will now sue, so basically, you know, okay, these are the details. Should be happening, 10 years novel, Bleach novel, really, yeah, these are horrible translations, but essentially with the 10 years thing, I'm assuming again that this takes place around, you know, after the 10-year time skip. And the last innings leading up to was, and it reveals the contents of his marriage ceremony of Rukia's. So basically, yeah, it's gonna focus in on, you know, Rukia and Renji's marriage. Bleach story. Now it's still the contents of Dr. Narita, which I'm assuming that that's the guy that's writing the Hisagi one. But only the keyword is not Hisagi would Tozen, so there's going to be something about Tozen apparently. 4 great aristocrats, the Lich King, I'm guessing the Lich King that's talking about the Soul King. Looking forward to the sequel. Reaper story continues. So essentially they're talking as if this is a sequel to the manga. These volumes are actually going to take place, so I'm guessing if this takes place after the events of chapter 686, then Rukia and Renji were not married at the end of the manga. They were actually together and they had a kid, but they didn't get married, I'm assuming, unless this is supposed to take place prior to that, but they're still referring to it as a sequel. And then Hisagi's Bankai, or Hisagi's secret battle or whatever, I'm kind of curious, where is that going to go? Is that going to be a sequel as well? That could kind of take place at any given point. If it's just a battle that Hisagi had, it could showcase him going Bankai before or after, because he did explain that he hasn't been able to show anybody. It could just be, again, his secret battle of when he went Bankai, and the only person that saw him go Bankai is probably dead, because he probably has some really ill shit. But yeah, honestly, again, I'm personally excited, because at the very least, again, it showcases that they're not completely forgetting Bleach. And, you know, we were done dirty, and I saw a comment that actually made me chuckle really hard, and that's that the Bleach fandom is basically like an angry mob right now. Every time there's something we're like, fuck this shit, we all gather with our pitchforks like, y'all ain't gonna keep doing this to us Bleach fans. So now that we're getting at least stuff like this, and there's been a couple other little updates here or there, again with the creator Taite Kubo coming back to Twitter, we have a decent amount of stuff. It feels like the ball is kind of rolling in a sense to give us content here or there, so we're not completely left out in the fucking dust like, hey, what the fuck happened to the series that we were enjoying and stuff like that. So that's good, and overall these 2 novels is a good step in the right direction. pushing for us getting more material that, we want to actually see of Bleach, and, hopefully this will clear up some of the questions that we have. I doubt, since again they're focusing on Rukia and Renji's marriage and Hisagi, that we're gonna get that many answers. Like, who knows if we'll even see Ichigo. If he is in there, he'll probably just be like, hey, I'm at the wedding ceremony, hurry up so I can go pound some more Orihime pussy. But aside from that, again, it's probably gonna focus in on that. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, how do you feel about getting Bleach novels? Do you think that you'll be able to get into it, or maybe it's not gonna be for you because, again, Bleach is a very visual story. There's a lot of like Kubo putting meaning into certain pictures and stuff like that, or you gonna be able to get into it just because you're really hungry for some more Bleach content? Also, which one are you more looking forward to, the Rukia and Renji or the Hisagi one? Personally, more so looking forward to the Rukia and Renji because I'm a huge Rukia fan. At the same time, again, it sounds interesting to see what happened leading up to how they got together. Kind of reminds me in a way of like how I felt looking forward to like the last Naruto the movie where Naruto and Hinata got together, so that's kind of going to be interesting as well. And your overall thoughts of this? Do you think that this is opening up possibilities for future Bleach stories? Again, who knows, they could end up doing OVAs of this. For them to do OVAs of this, they definitely got to go back and actually animate the fuck out of, the last arc of Bleach. I'm just saying though, like, come on, that's some of the best stuff in Bleach besides the end. Can we get the fucking anime back already, goddammit? And overall thoughts of all this? Exciting stuff, good stuff for Bleach. Finally, I can say Bleach has some good news. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. We're finally getting some Bleach material. That's a good sign for Bleach fans.